have the official first week numbers, and it isn't looking too good for this movie. The movie is expected to open to 400 to 450 million. So this movie was expected to open to 500 million to 600 million. It was expected. So this movie is underperforming around 100 to 150 million dollars. This movie it was supposed to be the highest movie in all of history, the biggest movie in all of history, the greatest movie of all history. It was supposed to make $3 billion. Let's remember that. People were blocking me because I said this movie wasn't gonna make $3 billion. Okay, and they want you to subscribe to Forbes. No, thank you. But this movie makes around $180 million, which includes the here this movie is likely gonna open lower than Deadline expects. And might only open to around $400 million, which is still a lot of money made. But it also includes China's sales. That also includes China as well. Okay, if you exclude China, it is opening on par with most of the Marvel movies that came out this year. Avatar: Way of the Water is projected to reach $350 million. They don't have any here. That's a day ago. But we all know this movie is starting to a soft start with around 24 million and will likely make around 60, 70 million in dollars. Or around, I was saying it'll probably make around 60 to 70 million dollars in China in its first week. So it's not doing that well as they expect to do. Okay, I don't know how Chinese week. I don't know how box office in China works. I don't know if it works like our box office does, or if it's a way different. But it's opening to 24 million. We'll wait to see how well it does on tomorrow. Of course, when you get the full weekend for all of the movies, especially Avatar: The Way of the Water. But this movie is underperforming in China. It's underperforming in the USA, and this movie is supposed to make $3 billion. I was right at the very end, which means these people who blocked me, okay, who blocked me and on Twitter because I hurt the feelings because I said a movie will not make as much money as they say it will. Well, the gatekeepers, the liberal gatekeepers on the Twitter, well, this is a movie that isn't really doing too well. And $400 million is still a lot of money, obviously. But it's doing that on power movies like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It's open to around 40 million. And Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is also open to around 40 million. 500 million. Doctor Strange opened to 500 million, I remember. Jurassic World opened to around 386 million. And that barely scratched $1 billion. Okay? And if a movie is, this movie is too late. Literally too late. Okay? This movie is too late coming out. This movie, the difference between this and Top Gun is that people are actually excited for Top Gun because Tom Cruise is one of the few actors who can get butts into seats. Okay, so Avatar is not gonna get as many butts and seats as Top Gun did. Okay, and we have the highest grossing movies of all time here, and Avatar has to deal with all these other movies. They have to pass all these other movies that were released in China, including some pretty odd movies that reached this list, but yeah. Not even No Way Home. Oh wait, No Way Home didn't release in China. But yeah, most of these movies here as well. And it's not become the highest grossing movie in China in 2022 either. Here. It is not to be the highest grossing opening of all time. So this movie is underperforming on all levels. Okay? 400 that would mean that this movie is gonna open to around $4 million worldwide bow. Like I said it would. I said it would make around $300 to $400 million. So my upper predictions were right. It's gonna make around $400 million global bow because of China. Jurassic World Dominion did pretty well only because of China. But even they are saying that this movie isn't doing as well as it doing. and it's saying they can make around $410 million worldwide. It might actually go below that. If it goes below $400 million, this movie's in serious trouble. I think it is. Okay, this movie's gonna have to have serious worldwide ratings to even hit $1 billion. Because of course you're gonna probably have a 50% drop. Not like the first film, but you're gonna have a 50% drop like most movies usually do. Okay, 50 to 60% drop like most movies usually do. And we're going to probably track this throughout the week as well. Because this is supposed to be the highest grossing movie in all of history. This movie was supposed to make $3 billion. Just remember that. $3 billion. And if you went towards these people on Twitter and questioned their narrative, they will block you or call you names or call you in the words, or they'll, straight up try to ridicule you, even though I was right at the end. This movie is massively underperforming, much like Lightyear did. Lightyear was supposed to open to around $100 million domestically and open to around $200 to $300 million and make $1 billion. But Lightyear didn't even make $200 million, $300 million worldwide. Okay? So this movie is massively underperforming despite it being the big movie of the week. Yeah, as well. And I always say, it's because people want to get the best screens. It's because people don't want to see this. People have no interest in seeing an Avatar sequel. The difference between this and Top Gun, okay, is that people liked watching Top Gun. Okay, people like the movie. Okay. This movie is underperforming Spider-Man No Way Home by a massive margin. It's going to do around, okay, get this, the Batman numbers. Not Spider-Man numbers, not even Black Panther's opening weekend, the Batman. And Batman ended up around $760 million. Okay. And that was when we just got out of the, Batman and Spider-Man No Way Home movies, when we just got out of the pandemic. Okay. This movie, the pandemic is basically gone except for in China and LA. But, most of the world does not have that deal with the pandemic anymore. And this movie is still underperformed because people don't care about this movie. No matter how many times people say this movie is good, people don't give us it because Avatar is just a boring and uninteresting world. And people complain that this movie is just a rehash of the first movie. A lot of people are. So what is the point of this movie's existence? Okay? What is the point of this movie's existence? It's not going to make $350 million in China. Okay? It's probably going to make around $80 million opening. And usually Chinese second weekends, there's usually a massive drop-off. That's how it always is. The movie's going to make around $150 to $170 million in China. Okay? That's not good for this movie. And it says the Avatar 2, China box office off to okay top with $22 million. Okay? This includes the Thursday previews, and this includes the midnight alone. So that means if we include, the previews, as they do in China obviously now, though as well, this movie may only can make $17 million. Okay, $17 million Friday. And of course, Aquaman had pretty good wigs in China. But Avatar, the difference between Avatar and Aquaman was released pre-pandemic. Okay, I don't know why you're comparing it to Aquaman, because Aquaman's a pre-pandemic film. Okay. It's a pre-pandemic film. Avatar 2 will have an opening $90 million rate. That's under $285 million Chinese total. Probably get any movie, but again, that depends. If the movie has a big opening, it has a massive drop-off. Okay? The first movie opened to ended around $203 million as well. As well. And this movie's not going to make $350 million. It'll probably make $200 million, but not over $300 million. Okay, unless some miracle happens that it does make $300 million, I just do not think with all the things happening with COVID in China, which is also happening, which will also probably lead to a second big drop off. So it'll probably end up making over F9's box office, but will likely barely make over F9's box office. Okay. And if it opens to like 60 million, that's screwed. Avatar's screwed in China then. If it opens to like 60 million, Avatar's screwed in China. Okay. Yeah. And the thing is, they have been struggling in the box office without China. Because they kind of needed China for some of these movies to be profitable, like Black Adam, and Fantastic Beasts, The Secret to Dumbledore, and most of these other movies. Hollywood, before the pandemic, was reliant on China to make money. Movies like Alita, if it wasn't for China, Alita would have lost lots of money. Okay, it would have been a massive box office failure. Okay, it would have. Okay, without China, this market, the movie would have bombed. Okay, same thing with Aquaman. Man, no, Far From Home, Captain Marvel, all made $1 billion because of China. Okay, all three of those movies made $1 billion because they made a lot of money in China. Okay, Godzilla vs Kong would have bombed if it wasn't for the Chinese box office. Okay, and of course Jurassic World Dominion would have not hit $1 billion without China. It would have not. Okay, if the movie was banned in China. Okay. Yeah, and the movie might make if the some people are saying the movie might make only $900 million, which would be pretty sad to see Avatar only make $900 million because it was supposed to be a movie that made $3 billion. Let's remember that $3 billion. It's gonna make $3 billion at the worldwide box office. Okay, we'll wait to see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, this is the update on the Chinese sales for Avatar, and they're not looking too great already. So yeah, that's it for this video. Goodbye.